Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Victoria here with us. She wrote this very interesting book that won multiple awards. And so Victoria, please introduce yourself and your book to our audience.
So my book is The Boy and the Secret of the Stars. It's a book for middle graders, so like a great book to read to your children, one chapter a night if they're 6 or 7, and then about 8 they could start reading it to themselves. So it's like from 6 to 12-year-olds, I would say. And what's great about it is I really researched a lot of facts about space. So all the information in it, even though it's a space fantasy fiction book, adventure, I didn't want to confuse children with, the way some fantasy books are, where you take the truth and sort of go out on a different tangent. I wanted it to be realistic facts about space, if children love space, adventure, and a compassionate story about a boy who feels different and lonely because he loves things of nature and he's not like a hip guy who like is into all the skateboarding and movies, and he more is into the earth and everything beautiful and exploring. And then he gets taken up on his adventure and realizes that a star is beating in his own heart, and he doesn't feel lonely anymore.
Great. Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit more about those couple of rewards that you got?
Sure. So I won something called the Global Book Award just like a week ago. And there's categories and you apply, and a lot of people read your book and they judge. And I won first place for the Global Book Awards for fantasy and magic, that children's category. And then right after I wrote my book, I was told by my publisher it's good to enter some awards. And I won finalist for the International Book Award, top 5 for children's. And then a month later, I won the Bookfest Award, which was a big deal. It was like on Facebook for like 3 days, and they kept showing the book. And what I loved about that award is there was a panel of children as well as authors, and who voted my book #1 for children's fantasy adventure.
That's great. So what inspired you to write this book?
Okay, so like I said, I've always been a drama teacher, and I've always been teaching children how to write, and directing shows. And I did a lot of shows like Pippin, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Secret Garden, like the classical work. And I learned like Hans Christian Andersen is my idol, like the way he would told stories to children and what messages inside them. And so I had a child named Lalita, and it was 1981, and I was sitting there in the middle of the night trying to get her back to sleep, and the whole story came to me like whoosh, like a movie, really fast. And I've spent from 1981 to 2024 writing it down. And it was a play at first, had music. Then it was just a simple story, like there was a boy, and this boy was of nature and Earth's mysteries, and he loved to explore. But then I went to a writing workshop with really good writers from New York Times, and my book starts out in Central Park before the boy makes a wish, and they said, this seems more involved. Like, I feel like you should expand it with characters. And I made it into a chapter book. And, it's been a long road of like, I had an agent really interested from a very big company. And just like I'm sure many people experience, excuse me, there's ups and downs, and you put it away, and then someone said to me, a filmmaker, like, this is too good, don't put it away. Because the message is to teach children never to give up on their dreams. And that's my message, because i'm I started out in my early 30s, and now I'm a grandmother. So never give up if something is pulling you.
So what's your dream or goal with this book?
Really, do you want to know? my greatest dream is that Netflix or Pixar, or I can somehow meet someone who believes it would make such a beautiful animation, because that's how I see it, like a moving animation. And I think I want to reach a lot of children who I teach children all the time, and they suffer. They don't they want to be a gamer. That's like their thing, or they're just addicted to like the computer. And then there are other children who love to read and have stories to tell. And I'm teaching right now a group of eight third, fourth, and fifth graders, and they're writing this play. And it's just so amazing to inspire them to tell their story and say what's in their hearts. And it's really healing. And that's my message.
Wonderful. So, if people want to actually get in touch with you, Victoria, learn more about you, connect to you, or maybe, check out the book, where they can do that, how they can do that.
Okay, so on Amazon, it's at a really good price right now, The Boy and the Secret of the Stars. My name is Victoria Gail Oltarsh, but they'll recognize it if they see this space and all the characters. I'm on LinkedIn under my name, Victoria Oltarsh. And you'll see things about my book. And I'm on Facebook as Victoria OH, Victoria OH.
Mhm.
And I live in Nyack, New York, so that's how they'll know me. And I'm also on Instagram at Victoria Oltarsh, but I'm not so great at that, but I know if you put in my name.
Great stuff. Yeah, I can definitely include those links in the description of this episode. And Victoria, thank you so much for being here today and being a guest and sharing your story, sharing these details about the book as well. Thank you all for watching and listening to this episode. If you like it, drop us a like, subscribe, and also see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye. Victoria, thank you again.
Thank you.